Hey, Pound Cake family. Welcome back to another episode of Whip It Like Butter. It's your girl Ashley, and y'all know I'm excited every time, but for real, because I've been wanting to make this recipe for a minute, a lemon blueberry pound cake. And not only did I make it, I was like, let me step outside of my comfort zone a little bit, what I usually do, and I made a blueberry compote to go on top of this, and I did a lemon powdered sugar glaze, y'all. Super bomb. Okay, so we're not gonna talk too much about this cake because we're gonna go ahead and get into the recipe. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I'll show y'all how to whip it like butter. Let's go. All right, it's time to whip it like butter. Okay, we're adding the butter to the bowl and we're gonna get that all nice and mixed. And we're gonna add our sugar nice and slow. Y'all see I added another attachment to my mixer today. Oh, I love that thing. Just scrapes the side of the bowl as you're mixing. It was a little wobbly. I need to adjust my mixer head, but I definitely loved it. So we're adding the cream cheese to the batter and we're gonna mix that the butter and the sugar for about, let's say, 3 to 4 minutes, and then add the cream cheese just until it's nice and smooth. Okay, and then we're going to add our eggs to the bowl one at a time, mixing well after each addition before adding our next egg like usual. Make sure your eggs, your butter, your cream cheese, and your lemon juice, because I know some people put lemon juice in the refrigerator, are at room temperature. All right. And then after we add our egg, we're going to put that lemon juice right into our batter. And then we're going to add our flour to the batter. So I kept stopping my mixer because it was moving so fast. I don't know, it was something different with this attachment. So to make sure that I did not over mix my batter. So you can do that if you need to. You know, I'm not alternating flour with any other liquid ingredient this time. So I just made sure I took my time, added the flour. As soon as it got incorporated into the batter, stop my mixer so I can get prepared to add the next layer of flour. All right, and so I'm going to go ahead and stop it here because I don't want all the edges completely scraped down, because I like to go in like so and finish mixing my batter via hand to make sure that I don't overmix it. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and get our Baker's Joy. That's my favorite method of oiling my pan. It's oil and flour right in that bottle, and I'm going to spray the hell out of that pan. All right, and then I went back and forth about what I want to do with this batter. At first, I was like, I'm going to do 2 layers. I'm going to drop a layer, throw some blueberries in there, drop another layer, throw some blueberries on top. And then I was like, I don't think this is going to work out how I thought about. So I decided, let me just go back and add the blueberries to the batter. So that's what I did, and then went ahead and laid the batter in the pan. I was like, oh, I hope this doesn't cause an issue with being overmixed. But I didn't fold the blueberries up too much just to make sure I did not overwork my batter. And fortunately, it turned out great. All right, so just add your batter into your pan, and we're going to bake this at 325 degrees for about an hour and 15 minutes. You can start checking on it, like checking on, I mean, open the oven. Don't open the oven too soon. At about an hour, and you probably can even just look at it and tell, just depending on how long you've been baking. And then about the hour 15 mark, go ahead and take it out of the oven and do the toothpick test to see if it's ready to come out. All right, we let this cool for about 20 minutes and before we inverted it or flipped it out that dang pan. And then here we go. And now we're going to make our blueberry compote. So we're going to add our blueberries to the pot, and we're going to add our granulated sugar and our lemon juice, and we're going to heat this over medium heat. Y'all, this process takes about 15 minutes because you really want to get those blueberries cooked down. But y'all, ooh, this is so good. I definitely want to do something different for this recipe and not just, do a lemon glaze and just throw some blueberries on top. And y'all, it did not disappoint. Okay, so you might want to make sure that you stir occasionally during the cooking process just to make sure that everything is nice and mixed and it doesn't burn. Anything with sugar in it can burn easily. So I decided I want to go ahead and add some cornstarch because I wanted this compote to sit up on the cake. I don't want it to just fall down on the cake because it's not the only star of the show. The lemon drizzle or icing glaze, whatever you want to call it, is too. So I did want a little bit of juice, so I left a little bit of juice. But yeah, I want it mainly thick. So we're going to make our icing. So we have our powdered sugar and lemon juice, and that is it. And y'all, I actually made it by hand this time instead of using my stand mixer. So we're letting our blueberry compote cool while we're doing this process. You want it to be pretty much mostly cooled. It can be a little bit warm before you put it on your cake. If it starts to get too thick during the cooling process, then you can put a little bit of water and just stir, 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 stir until it loosens up to your liking. All right. So we're gonna whip this powdered sugar mix until you kind of gotta decide for yourself how thick or thin you want it. But I'll show you how thin that this will be. It's like semi-thick and thin with the amount of lemon juice that we use. You can add a little bit more if you want it a little bit thinner. Add less, of course, if you want it thicker. Y'all see how this compote is sitting on top of that cake? That's what I want. It dipped a little bit, but not too much, okay? And y'all so nice and shiny and it's just beautiful. Where has compote been all my life? This is actually my first time making compote, and it was absolutely amazing. Okay, so I wanted the compote all over the top of the cake. I thought about putting some like down in the middle of the cake, but I kind of don't like that because sometimes it makes your cake soggy, especially at the bottom. You can always save some for the slicing, but I didn't in this case. And I just kind of drizzled the icing on top of the cake. I just really wanted to complement the compote to get that extra lemony flavor and to get that extra pizzazz on top of that cake. Y'all, ooh, put a little bit right there. But like I said, not into that hole because it makes the cake soggy. Like if you're going to go ahead and eat it or slice it up and serve it and stuff like that. But if you're going to let your cake sit, for me, it's not my preference, okay? And so we're going to go ahead and slice that thing for y'all so y'all can see how this crumb came out. Because you know the crumb is the most important part of the cake. And ooh wee, it was so nice. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this taste test. Okay, y'all, let's eat. Y'all know I like to taste the cake first. So I'm going to go ahead and, all right, yeah, fall just like that. It has acid in this cake. Well, it's not acid, it's lemon juice. Since we have lemon juice in this cake, we don't have that crunch on the bottom like we typically do. But y'all know that's my favorite part of the cake. Okay. Because you know you gotta taste just cake first. That lemon flavor is definitely bursting through. And let's try with this compote and this glaze. I'm too excited about that. Okay. Okay, so you know blueberries can tend to be on the tart side. But y'all, these blueberries are nice and sweet. That glaze really complements that compote. Y'all, I'm a big fan. Look, I'm gonna sit here and keep eating. Thank you again for watching. Don't be stingy. Make sure that you share and join us back for more over here with the light butter. Alright, bye.